I started to play electric guitar when I was a kid, like normal stuff like Smoke on the Water and music like that. And I was going to rehearse with my band, and I was passing through my neighbor's house. And there it was in the summertime, so it was warm outside. And in their garden, they were sitting in. Some neighbors or some friends of them were playing bluegrass music, like jamming. And I was like, what kind of music is this? And I discovered the banjo. And I traded my new cheap electric guitar for a banjo. And I started to play banjo, and I played it for many years, and listening to all bluegrass music and more contemporary bluegrass and so on. And then I decided to start a band, and I made a band. And at that time I was in what do you call it, college or high school. When I was like 16, 17, 18 years old. I was still playing in that bluegrass band, but I was spending more money than I used to have, so I get like broke. I didn't have any money, and I decided I had to do more concerts, more gigs, and I couldn't do more gigs with my band, so I had to do it myself. And then I was like, what kind of music can I play solo? And I was like, oh, I can play acoustic guitar and play more blues-oriented stuff. And then I started to practice the guitar, and then I had the banjo technique with me. You know, the banjo technique is typical that you use like 3 fingers with small picks on them of metal, and because banjo is a typical speed instrument, like I tried that on the guitar, and some modification of course, because on the guitar we have bass strings and stuff like that, and I just kind of developed my own style with a part of guitar style, part of banjo style, and kind of like a ragtime mix, and just play hard and fast. When I decided to make like fretwork and this new CD, all the songs was made or composed just to do it myself. Because when I compose with the band, I hear the different kinds of like drums there and the bass guitar there or the keyboard or whatever. But when I write songs that I'm just gonna play, I start just to jam with myself and see what happens, because the song that I write should sound like it's written for just one guitar. Because normally when people listen to like acoustic guitars, they think that the song was already made by band and they're just doing like a compromise and playing guitar, acoustic guitar, or like if you're having a party, you're sitting with your guitar and playing songs. So when I compose music, I sit down and think, okay, how can I work it out with the bass line with my thumb, and how the chord progression goes with my fingers, and how can the guitar sound full, you know, that I can make it be as big as possible or small or whatever. And this is all kind of techniques I'm using. If I want the guitar to sound smaller, I just mute the strings with my back of my hand, like more pizzicato notes. If I want it to sound big, I just open it and just play. So I try to think about this when I'm writing songs, but I don't have any structure. I'm not a structure person when it comes to writing songs. I'm just sitting down I have a small office, and I sit down there and have this small tape recorder that like interviewers are using, newspapers, and have some ideas, and I just press record and play, and then after a while I listen to it and try to put it together and stuff like that. thing about having a normal job, it's very easy, you know. You can just go to work and you make your money. But the good thing about having a normal job compared to when I started to play music as a professional was that I enjoy playing professional even more when I'm thinking about my old job, but I was lucky. I was like working, say, 2 weeks out in the North Sea, and I had like 3-4 weeks at home, and sometimes I had like 2 weeks out in the North Sea, came home, just be home for a couple of days, and then I had to go to another platform out in the North Sea. So it was kind of a nice job, but also a stressful job, because you have to work hard, and if I didn't want to work as hard, somebody else would take my job, you know. So it was like a competition. It was like trying to get a career really fast. And at that time I was only 19 years old. So for me it was like a big opportunity, because I was making a lot of money. And I could buy all the fancy motorcycles I wanted. So I did all that for many years, but after a while I decided I didn't like it that much, and I wanted to try to play more. So I started to play in the off when I was not working, and many people liked what I did, and they wanted me to do more and more concerts. So I talked to my girlfriend, and she agreed with me that I could have take like 1 year off and just play and see what happens. If you can make some money and pay my bills, it would be okay. So 1 year went, and I said I can take 1 more year, and then suddenly I'm sitting here. So, but I think it's good to have done a normal life also, because when I was younger I was working in all kinds of things I did. I was working with salmon, you know, like sea farm stuff like that. I've been working as a farmer for a couple of months, and in the end I was a mechanic. So it was a good experience. That song "Accused" is about all kinds of stuff. It's kind of, many people think it's about a friend that has done me wrong, girlfriend done me wrong. It's about how society, as you said, has letting the weakest in the community down, you know. So it has all kinds of different facets, I think that word is. But that song is also cool because I wrote the song as it's going to be my kind of a rock/metal song. So when I played the most part of the song, the guitar riff is typical, have a kind of a small taste of typical metal music back in Norway with the dum 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 bam, this half notes. And also, when the verse is coming, I'm just playing. The foot is going like a drum, and you have I'm playing the bass like a typical heavy metal bass guitar player, and with the fingers I'm playing like some chords under it, and then bass is still going, and I'm also using this half notes up. So it's like a typical in metal music.
I can see I should have asked you before I counted you in. Never thought the question would be there in the end. I'm not pointing any fingers, I've only got myself to blame.
Many people think the song is like a mix between a metal song and a folk song, because when the chorus comes, the refrain, I'm using like a minor chord, like doom, 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 doom.
Accused of counting on you.
So think it's one of the cool things when you think you have a good song, that you can mix those parts, like you have the speed of like a folk song and metal, and you have a chorus that is more into minor and with what they call lyrical chords like choo 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 choo, and you change between the flat and the minor, doom doom. So I think that's a cool song, and I'm glad you liked it. I like it too. So